are the thin filaments, which are also known as the actin. And then the darker orange are the thick filaments, which are the myosin. So the Z line, the C disc, is where the thin filaments attach. And then the M line is where the thick filaments attach. So the H zone right here is where the thin filaments don't reach, and then the A band is where the thin and thick filaments are, and then the I band is just the Z line, and then
Did you guys guess?
thin filaments.
No.
And then the sarcomere is the space between the Z disc.
So here we have a Pac-Man version of muscle contraction. Our coins represent action potential. Our pink little dots are calcium. The ghosts before they turn blue are ACH. And then we have our blue ghosts that represent the ACH when it enters the receptors. Our Pac-Man represents ACHE. We have our calcium again down here. And then we have the thick and thin filaments at the bottom. And here we have sodium represented by our cherries.
This is how it works. So the action potential, it's kind of like the energy, the magic. So they would go to the voltage gated calcium channels. This would make the calcium go to the vesicles, kind of like something like that. Going to the vesicles through this channel, which makes the acetylcholine go to the acetylcholine receptors right here, and everything would go eventually right here. And when the acetylcholine goes to the channels, it makes kind of like the channel for the sodium, which is kind of just hanging right here, and it's like a gated sodium channel, and it goes to the T2s right here, through right there. And since it's already right there, we have calcium right here, and calcium is positive, and this is positive, so this eventually repels because both of them are positive.
Then the calcium travels to the troponin, which causes tropomyosin, and it allows the myosin binds to be revealed, and then the myosin heads will be able to bind with the actin to change shape and pull in actin along myosin. And ATP is needed for the myosin heads to attach, so then these would be the ones attaching, but for this, we're just gonna move in like this.
After all this process and the contraction of the muscle, then there goes the relaxation of the muscle, which is kind of the ACHE. The enzyme is gonna eat up the acetylcholine, but in the game, it would be something like that when it's blue. So this eats up the acetylcholine. And it basically, since there's no more acetylcholine, the calcium from the troponin would go back to the sarcoplasmic reticulum. And since we already have its positive, we already talked about this, the sodium go through the channels back to its place. And it would be back to normal again. Then later on, the calciums will get out and the body will just make more acetylcholine and start all the process again.